Have you ever had one of those days, or maybe those weeks, where it feels like your own mind has turned against you, where a single negative thought, a piece of criticism, a stressful email, just latches on? You find yourself lying in bed at night, your brain spinning in loops, replaying a conversation, imagining worst-case scenarios. That, my friend, is the weight of overthinking. It's more than just stress. It's a drain on your most precious resource, your mental and emotional energy. It's like your internal battery is constantly in the red, and you can't find the charger. If you're tired of feeling hijacked by your own thoughts, of having your energy sucked away by negativity, whether from within or from the world around you, then you have come to the right place. Today, we are not just talking about positive thinking. We are building an unshakable inner fortress using the timeless, battle-tested wisdom of the Stoics. This is a practical guide to energy protection, stress management, and building a resilience that doesn't just bounce back, but grows stronger. So, take a breath, get comfortable, and let's begin. Part 1. The mental filter. How to stop overthinking before it consumes you. Let's start with a fundamental truth, one that the Stoic philosopher Epictetus dropped 2,000 years ago. We are disturbed not by things, but by the opinions we form about things. I want you to just sit with that for a second. It's not the event itself that causes your stress. It's a story you tell yourself about the event. Your boss gives you critical feedback. The event is, there is feedback. The story might be, she thinks I'm incompetent. I'm going to get fired. My career is over. That story is what triggers the avalanche of anxiety, not the feedback itself. We get so lost in the narrative that we forget to check the facts. I want you to think about this right now. What's a story that's been playing on a loop in your mind recently? Maybe it's my friend hasn't texted me back. They must be angry with me. Or I made a small mistake at work, and now everyone thinks I'm unreliable. Just notice it. Don't judge it. Just acknowledge that it's there. Here's your first Stoic challenge. The next time you feel that story taking over, I want you to hit the pause button, just for 5 seconds. And in that pause, I want you to ask this powerful, game-changing question. Is this thought a solid, objective fact? Or is it just my brain's interpretation? Most of the time, we are living in the interpretation. We're reacting to the monster our mind has created, not the actual shadow in the corner. This act of pausing and questioning is what the Stoics called using your ruling faculty. It's you taking back control. I remember a time I sent a crucial email to a client and got no reply for days. My story was, they hated it. I've ruined the relationship. They're probably looking for someone else and telling everyone how terrible I am. I was consumed with anxiety, couldn't sleep, and was irritable with everyone around me. I had built an entire catastrophic reality in my head. When I finally mustered the courage to send a gentle follow-up, it turned out they were on a family emergency and had simply been offline. I had put myself through a week of mental and emotional hell for a story that was entirely fictional. That was the moment I truly understood the power of the Stoic filter. This practice of building a mental filter is your first and most important line of defense in energy protection. It's not about suppressing thoughts. It's about seeing them clearly for what they are. This is so important. I want you to practice it live with me. Pause this video for a moment. I'm serious. Grab a notepad or open your notes app. Write down one stressful thought you've had today. Now, draw a line. On one side, write the bare facts. Just the who, what, when. No emotions, no interpretations. On the other side, write the story your mind is telling you. Seeing it separated like this is incredibly powerful. When you're done, come back and tell me in the comments what that felt like. Did the problem shrink when you saw it in black and white? This simple act creates a tiny space between you and your thoughts, and in that space lies your freedom. Part 2. Your energy shield. The art of boundary setting and radical fact-checking. Okay, so you're learning to filter the internal noise. This is huge. But what about the external noise? The constant news cycles, the draining conversations, the people who leave you feeling empty. To protect your peace, you need an energy shield. This is built on 2 pillars, boundary setting and radical fact-checking. First, boundary setting. The Stoics were deeply committed to their duty and their communities, but they were not martyrs. They understood that you cannot cultivate a tranquil mind while constantly immersed in chaotic or toxic environments. Think about it. You would try to build a beautiful garden in the middle of a highway. You'd put up a fence first. So, let's get practical. Take a mental inventory of your life. Who or what consistently drains your battery? Is it a colleague who constantly complains and dumps their stress on you? A family member who is always critical? Or maybe it's the endless, algorithmic scroll of bad news and social comparison on your phone. Let me be clear. Setting a boundary is not an act of aggression or meanness. It's a profound act of it's saying, my peace is valuable, and I am the one responsible for protecting it. This is proactive, essential self. What could this look like in practice? It could be limiting your time with a certain person from 3 hours to 1. It could be muting a toxic group chat for a week and noticing how much lighter you feel. It could be telling a friend, I value our conversations, but I've realized I can't engage in gossip. It doesn't feel good to me. It could be implementing a digital curfew where you put your phone in another room an hour before bed. This isn't about building impenetrable walls to keep everyone out. It's about installing a conscious gate so you can decide what and who gets your precious energy. You are taking conscious, sovereign control of your mental environment. Now, let's pair that external shield with an internal one. Radical fact. We touched on this in part 1, but now we're taking it deeper. When a stressful event happens, your job is to become a calm, detached detective, not a panicked dramatist. You're looking for cold, hard-to-be-denned. Not just buying into the first scary story your brain sells you. Let's expand on that example of a friend canceling plans. The story is, they don't care about me. I'm not a priority. This feels absolutely real. The facts are, the plans for 7 p.m. on Friday are canceled. Full stop. That's the neutral data. The advanced Stoic practice is to now actively search for other, more neutral, or even positive, explanations. I call this generating alternative narratives. Maybe they're overwhelmed with a work deadline. Maybe they're not feeling well and didn't want to burden you. Maybe something genuinely urgent came up with their family. By consciously generating 3 alternative stories, you accomplish something incredible. You break the tunnel vision of your initial negative interpretation. You realize that your painful story is just one of many possible realities, and often, it's not the most likely or helpful one. This isn't about naive positivity. It's about intellectual flexibility. It's about choosing the narrative that serves your peace, once you've honestly evaluated the facts. Part 3. The Alchemy of Adversity. How to turn obstacles into fuel for growth. So you've filtered your thoughts and shielded your energy. This is a fantastic foundation. But let's be real, life isn't all in our heads. Real challenges, real failures, real pain. They happen. A project you poured your soul into fails. You face a health scare. You experience a real loss. So what do we do when we face a genuine, undeniable obstacle? This is where Stoicism transforms from a helpful philosophy into a true life-altering superpower. Their most famous mantra is, the obstacle is the way. Se hit with me. The obstacle is the way. Let that really land. This is the absolute core of true resilience. It's not about spiritual bypassing or pretending the obstacle isn't painful or difficult. It's about performing a radical, alchemical shift in perspective. You stop asking the passive question, why is this happening to me? And you start asking the empowered question, what is this happening for me? How can I use this? Let's work with a powerful, modern example. Imagine you get laid off. The initial, completely valid and human reaction is shock, fear, maybe anger. The story your mind will likely tell is, I'm a failure. The world is unfair. My career is ruined. I'll never recover. Now, let's apply the Stoic reframe. We take that same raw, difficult obstacle and we actively look for the path that is hidden within it. This is a conscious choice. It's a mental workout. Could this be the forced push I needed to finally start that business I've always dreamed of, but was too scared to leave my job for? Does this give me the time and space to retrain and pivot into a more fulfilling industry that I've been curious about? Can this experience teach me profound lessons about humility, frugality, and what I truly value in a career and in life? Beyond my title, will navigating this challenge successfully build a level of confidence and resilience in me that a comfortable life never could? See what happened there. The obstacle, the layoff, hasn't disappeared. It still stings, but it's no longer just a brick wall blocking your path. It's become a crossroads. It's become fuel for growth. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You are an active participant, an alchemist, shaping what they mean and where they lead you. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This is a muscle you have to train, and it's easier to do it together. So, I have a challenge for you. I want you to think of one current, specific challenge you're facing. It doesn't have to be huge. It could be a disagreement with a partner, a financial worry, a creative block, a fitness goal you're struggling with. Now, I want you to post in the comments and try to reframe it. Complete this sentence. My obstacle is, and the way within it could be. Let's build a community of resilience right here. Let's see how many obstacles we can transform together. I'll be reading every single one and responding to as many as I can. Sometimes, just writing it down and sharing it with others who understand can completely shift your perspective. Part 4. The Foundation of Fortitude. Non-Negotiable Self-Care for a Stoic Mind. We've talked about powerful, profound mental shifts. But here's the truth. The Stoics, like Musonius, Rufus, understood deeply. Your mind and body are one integrated system. You cannot have a disciplined, resilient mind inside a neglected, exhausted, and underfueled body. It's like trying to run sophisticated software on a computer that's overheating and has a dead battery. It's just not going to work. When you're sleep-deprived, poorly nourished, and stagnant, your brain is biologically primed for anxiety, irritability, and your amygdala, the brain's ancient alarm system, becomes hypersensitive, seeing threats everywhere. Meanwhile, your prefrontal cortex, the seat of rational judgment, your stoic filter, effectively goes offline. This isn't a character flaw or a lack of willpower. It's a simple biological reality. This is why non-negotiable self-care is not indulgence or selfish. It's the essential maintenance required for your inner fortress to stand. It's the foundation. Let's break down the big 3. First, sleep is your secret stoic superpower. This is, hands down, your #1 tool for stress management. When you're sleep-deprived, you are quite literally neurologically impaired for handling stress. Studies showed that after just one night of poor sleep, amygdala activity spikes by over 60%. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep isn't lazy. It's the most strategic, intelligent thing you can do for your mental clarity, emotional stability, and overall resilience. Second, move to change your mental state. I'm not talking about training for a marathon unless that brings you joy. I'm talking about a 20-minute walk in nature, a gentle yoga session, dancing to your favorite song in the kitchen. This isn't just about fitness. It's about energy protection and stress management. Movement burns off the stress hormones cortisol and adrenaline that are coursing through your body. It literally shakes the anxiety out of your system and sends a powerful signal to your nervous system that you are safe and in control of your body. Third, nourish your nervous system. You wouldn't put dirty fuel in a high-performance car. Why do it to your brain? What you eat directly impacts your mood. A diet high in processed foods, sugar, and inflammatory oils has been scientifically linked to increased anxiety and depression. Choosing whole foods, colorful fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and complex carbs is like putting clean fuel into the most complex engine in the known universe. This is foundational, so I want you to try this simple ritual tonight. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes, 1 hour before you want to be asleep. Digital sunset. Put your phone on silent and place it in another room to charge. This is the most important step. Calming ritual. Make a cup of caffeine-free tea, like chamomile or lavender. The journal dump. Spend just 5 minutes with a journal. Don't just rant. Do the facts versus stories exercise from part 1. Get any lingering thoughts out of your head and onto paper, where they look much less intimidating. Read for pleasure. Read a few pages of a physical book, maybe even a Stoic text like Meditations. This entire ritual sent a powerful, non-negotiable signal to your nervous system. The day is over. The work is done. The threats are gone. It's time to rest, repair, and recharge. You are systematically lowering your stress levels to set yourself up for a successful, resilient tomorrow. Part 5. The Daily Stoic. Weaving resilience into the fabric of your life. All of this is wonderful in theory, but it only becomes real. Transformative power through consistent, daily practice. Resilience isn't built in a single day of inspiration. It's woven thread by thread through the small, consistent, often boring habits we do day in and day out. The Stoics didn't just think about this stuff on weekends. They practiced it every single day. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world, wrote his most profound insights in Meditations, not for publication, but in his private journal, for his own eyes only. It was his daily practice of grounding and So, how can you, in your modern, busy life, make this a daily practice? The morning premeditation, premeditatio malorum take hus. Those 3 minutes each morning. Sit in silence with your coffee or tea. Mentally rehearse the day ahead. Visualize potential challenges. A difficult conversation. A tedious task. A potential frustration. See yourself facing them with calmness, wisdom, and virtue. A cynic aside, the man who has anticipated the coming of troubles takes away their power when they arrive. You're inoculating yourself against stress. The evening review examine. Spend 5 minutes each evening reflecting, without self. Ask yourself 3 simple questions. Where did I let a story control me today? Where did I successfully use my mental filter or turn an obstacle into a way? What is one thing I can do better tomorrow? This isn't for beating yourself up. It's for gentle, compassionate course correction. Stoic anchors. Place sticky notes with powerful quotes, like "the obstacle is the way," or "it's your opinion about this that matters" on your bathroom mirror, your computer monitor, or your fridge. Let them be gentle, visual reminders throughout your day to apply these principles in real time. Friends, this is a journey. It takes practice. You will have good days and bad days. That is perfectly okay. The goal is progress, not perfection. To make this as easy as possible for you, I've created a free, printable daily Stoic resilience guide. It includes templates for the morning the evening review, the facts versus stories worksheet, and a list of powerful Stoic quotes to use as anchors. It's all designed to help you build this practice seamlessly into your life. The link is in the description below. Download it, print it, and use it for the next week. I promise you, if you commit to this, it will fundamentally change your relationship with your own mind. If this conversation brought you any value, any moment of clarity or hope, please pay it forward. Share this video with one person in your life who you know is struggling with their own inner storm. Let's build a stronger, more resilient, and more peaceful community together. Thank you for your time and for your courage to do this deeply important work. Remember, the goal isn't to never feel negative emotions. The goal is to not be enslaved by them, to build a fortress of mind so strong that it can find peace and purpose within any storm. Until next time, take profound care of your inner world.